Now it's the time of year to discover all there is to know about lawn care. It's probably the biggest feature in most of our gardens, and it makes, it can make or break a garden. Nothing looks better than a well-kept lawn in the middle of a garden. Equally, you might be the kind of person that wants to go for the more wild look and a more wildflower meadow. I'm probably somewhere in the middle. I do try and mow it regularly and pay attention to some of the maintenance, but not all of it. But what is there to know? It's the perfect time of year at the moment to sow new lawn, to fix patches in an established lawn that might have gone a bit ragged. So get good lawn seed down now. Make sure you're getting the right lawn seed for where you're putting it. Is it a shady area? Is it a very dry area? Or is it just a normal back garden where you go with a multi-purpose lawn seed? So that's number one. Now is the time. Prepare the soil, get a good seed tilt, have it level and stone free, and get down fresh seed. Stand on the seed after you've scattered it. Just stand it so that it's in the ground. Try and stop the birds from eating it, and keep an eye on water over the next number of months. Nature's taking care of it at the moment, but during the summer you're going to have to help with that. After that, then there's three things really you need to bear in mind with lawn care and lawn maintenance. The top three, if you like. Number one are weeds in the lawn. You need to use what's called a selective weed killer. Selective just means it selects the broadleaves from the grasses, so it won't harm the grasses, but it'll kill off the nasty dandelions, clovers, etc. Or, as I say, you can learn to love the dandelions and clover and have a wildflower meadow. If you don't, selective weed killer is the way to go, unless it's practical to do it by hand, which is obviously the best of all ways to do it. Then you have things like your triple action products, which are feeds, weed killer and moss killer. That's one of the triple action lawn products. There are many of them on the market. Now, they will green up your lawn. They will, to a degree, get rid of the weeds. Some of the more persistent ones, you might need the selective weed killer, and they will kill off the moss. But the problem with that is most of these products will kill off the moss and leave you with unsightly black or brown moss in the lawn, which then needs to be raked off. You can get something which will do all the work with none of the hassle, which is something that's based on pelargonic acid. It's an organic formulation that will kill off the moss in your lawn, and the best bit, it will turn it to dust. No nasty raking. You're not going to have to rake out dead moss. It'll just turn it to dust. So do try and get your hands on that. It's an organic way of dealing with it, and it's far less backbreaking. The other thing you need to do at this time of year, or sorry, I would recommend you do at this time of year, is this. Give the lawn a good hard rake, or even get your hands on a scarifier, even better. You'll get one at your local hire shop. You can buy them quite cheaply, a hand one from your local garden centre, and that rakes out the thatch and moss and ugly stuff that's stopping the air circulating and causing fungal infections around the base of the lawn. So scarify it. After that, treat it with your moss killer or your triple action lawn weed and feed. If necessary, treat it with a selective weed killer to get rid of your dandelions and clover, and feed it. Feed it with a good lawn feed. You could try something like the Liquid Gold, which is a good probiotic worm tea, or any good, but I would say slow release lawn feed. If you go with something like a chemical formulation fertilizer, that will give it one short sharp shock of green, but then nothing. Go with something that's going to let the nutrients out over a more longer period, and you won't get it green overnight, but you'll have a better lawn throughout the growing season. So they're the things to remember with your lawn at the moment. If it's a new lawn, get sowing.